We got Steve Helwick on the line from Hustle Belt and Underdog Dynasty, breaking down the week one matchups involving some of the group of five possibilities for upset. And we've got Rice, once the laughing stock of the group of five, but a much different program now, coming off a decent 2-3 campaign and looking for a possible bowl bid. They will go to Arkansas in week one, Steve.
This is a make or break, not necessarily a break, but this is the season that Rice has to get things together. They've had so much potential for so long where their defense is excellent, and they just haven't been able to break through on the offensive end. So what did they do this season? They hired Marcus Tuiasosopo, if you remember, a former Washington Huskies quarterback who backed up Rich Gannon in the NFL with the Raiders. And you could already see his influence on the offense in the spring game. Rice is running more vertical routes. You see some more pop in the quarterback's arms there. So I think Tui's going to try to rework this offense and get them out of the gutter that they've been the past few years. But Rice's defense, they are tremendous. They finished 12th last year in scoring defense with only allowing 18.8 points per game. And they shut out a ranked undefeated Marshall team last December and forced 5 interceptions in that game. I know Rice loses the heart and soul of their defense, Blaze Aldridge, who transferred to Missouri. But the Owls have retained pretty much everything else on that defense. So just replacing Aldridge is going to be the main focus for the defense. But I think that Rice has enough talent all around on defense to be the best unit in their conference. Arkansas, I'm going to say this is a winnable game for Rice. Do I think the Owls will win? I am not sure yet, but Arkansas was a much improved version of the Arkansas teams we've seen in the past last year. 2018, 2019 didn't win a single conference game. They come in last year. They beat Mississippi State. They are competitive against Texas A&M. They even led Georgia at the half. I know they crashed at the end of the year just a little bit, blowing a close game to Missouri and then just falling 52-3 to Alabama to end. But when I see a 3-7 season and see the work Arkansas put in last year, I'm saying Sam Pittman is doing an excellent job there. And the thing that I think is most dangerous about Arkansas is these two linebackers, Grant Morgan and Bumper Pool on the defense. Both had over 100 tackles last year. Grant Morgan was an All-American, probably could have been a high NFL draft pick if he wanted to, but he's returning to Fayetteville next season. And I think he's going to be the focus that Rice needs to have when they're on offense on week one, because Rice has been a pretty run-heavy team in the past couple of years, and these linebackers can really stifle that run offense. So Rice is going to have to learn how to pass a bit. And one more thing about Rice is they were in college football news last week. They got Luke McCaffrey, a Nebraska quarterback transfer. Now, it's an open quarterback competition, as most coaches like to say, but I do find that, this is just my personal opinion, nothing from Rice, is I do find it hard to believe that Luke McCaffrey, who couldn't get the starting job at Louisville, would transfer to Rice had he not known that he's going to be the starter there. I know Luke McCaffrey has a connection with his brother Christian McCaffrey, who played at Stanford under offensive coordinator Mike Bloomgren, who's currently Rice's head coach. So that's what I think one of the influences of this transfer to Rice is going to be. So you're going to have a mobile quarterback in Luke McCaffrey running around this field against Arkansas in week one. I think this is going to be a low-scoring defensive matchup. But as I said, I think Arkansas is probably going to win, but this game's on the table for Rice.
Rice and Arkansas in Fayetteville, week one. And, of course, the Hogs will be led at quarterback by KJ Jefferson, taking over for Felipe Franks.